A little over 15 months ago, Volte has launched, and as we can see here in May of 2023, the end of May, it is still alive and kicking. We may be down, but it doesn't mean that we're out. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, why are we down? There's a lot of different reasons why we can speculate why we're down and what could possibly happen that can send us immediately in the opposite direction. Today, we're going to be speculating and talk a little bit about what's been going on all together with Volte. Now, before we begin, guys, please do me a favor and smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, welcome, guys. Do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell for me, please, and thank you. So, guys, here we are. Let's get right to it. So, sitting in the 6 zeros and a half territory, $34 million market cap, still with a healthy $2.58 million in liquidity. And also, this is something that's new on the decentralized platforms, $2.5 million of volume. So the volume is increasing. And here's another thing to point out. The holder count is only at 3,500. Now, obviously there was a whole bunch of holders in Volte, about 68,000 altogether, right? Between all the chains. This is only, by the way, this on Ethereum, 3,500 on Ethereum. I didn't look at the other ones. What I've heard is that a good chunk of people have been holding their bags in V2 for the time being to continue getting those reflections. I'm not entirely sure if it's true or not. I migrated immediately, but don't take my word for it. Probably find out in the Telegram or something. But that can make a lot of sense, because if you don't have a humongous bag, then the reflections don't really mean that much, at least not in the current prices that we've been seeing. But if you are a whale and you have a substantial bag and you're making reflections, the type of reflections that could possibly just pay bills for you without even having to touch your investment, then I can see where it actually makes sense to just hold in the V2 and then not migrate over to the V3 unless you see a good reason to have to go immediately migrate over, like a big catalyst, a huge pump in the chart, followed by exchanges, things of that nature, right? Over the last couple of days to a week, it's been a lot of pandemonium and drama in the entire space. And as you can see, this is my first video in almost 7 days. You know me, I just sit in the background. I don't get tied into none of it. I'm an investor just like you guys, and I want to see them gains, just like what everybody else is here for. And the best way to do that is to keep the hands clean and keep moving forward. There will be people that will throw rocks at the throne. Let them throw rocks. It's okay. We know what we got, and there's nothing to worry about from that. What do I think, you might be asking, would send this project back? Now, when you're really looking, right, and I set the layout like this of the chart, because when you look at it up close, it may look like a humongous pitfall, right? But when you zoom out, and this is at the 15-minute chart, so we're really monitoring this by the minutes, right? This is the overall chart. It doesn't look like a humongous dip when you really see it, because we still got a lot of the whales that haven't migrated over yet. And I understand. I think that obviously once we get exchange listings, the top exchange listings, that's going to start a humongous reversal. But not just the exchange listings. This is what I think is going to be the bridge that's going to give us those exchange listings like nothing. And I always say it in every video and all my tweets. If you follow me, Twitter in the description below, the AI airdrops, Volte Eco. Volte Eco is live. However, just like you guys are, I myself am anxious. I'm eager to see what the first round of airdrops are going to be looking like, just so we can have an idea of knowing what type of monster Volte Eco really is. And I feel like that's what the masses altogether are waiting to find out. What is the monster that has been put in place? Because when you think about it, when you have an AI, right, you have multiple wallets to go out, collect airdrops, bring the money back home into Volte and split it into portions, and even just 45% of those funds going back into Volte itself, not just into Volte, but also into the mechanism to continue getting even more airdrops with even more capital to go with, 20% going into the chart for buybacks and burns, 25% going into the few that were lucky enough to squeeze their way into the Volte Eco pools, which the next pool should be coming soon. There is going to be another pool, like has been announced to it. There is going to be another pool down the road. We don't know exactly when, but there is. Not only that, but taking a look at the overall markets right now, BTC and ETH have been sitting in a flat line. It's been an extremely boring market, and that's really the truth as to why you haven't really seen much content from me. It's just been too boring in the markets. BTC's been sitting in the 26Ks. ETH has been sitting in the 17s. Right now, it's in the 18s finally, which is not necessarily terrible, because looking back 3 months ago, we were sitting at 17, 18, 19K Bitcoin. We'd do anything to see a 20K Bitcoin. It may not be as quick as some people may like it, and that's understandable. You know, if it makes you guys feel better, as an investor myself, I first put money into Volt back in March of 2022. This is the first time that I myself am also negative in my current bag. Now, you can look at this in two ways. You can look at it with the glass half empty, that is all going downhill and then it's done for you, completely ignoring the entire year of work and nonstop grind that not just the Volt team, but Voltoshi and the Volt army have been doing nonstop while everyone was getting chewed out, spit out, and destroyed in the bear market with all the various collapses that we had to survive, not to mention all of the utilities that were being put together, the building of the entire Volt ecosystem, if you will. You can ignore all of that. You can see the glass half full, and you can say, you know what? If you're not content with the size of your Volt bag, right? If it's not enough for you to meet your financial goals from this project, which whatever it may be, it varies from person to person. Everyone has the right to take profits where they feel it suits them and whatever they want to get out of this project, right? Zooming in more on the chart, you can see that now we're starting to establish a bit of stability, and that personally is what I've been looking for. So looking over here, we're looking at from yesterday, right? So yesterday we hit a low, right? Down into the 4s, and from that, immediately buys started rolling in, and there was some big buys. I saw some 5-figure buys rolling in back to back for this project. So the ammunition is there when it's needed. And as you can see, it's now been stabilizing itself, and I feel like that's what we've been all waiting for Volt. That's why we haven't been seeing crazy buys coming in, because we're waiting to see that consolidation period. We're waiting to see the chart kind of smoothing itself out, get the wrinkles straightened out, so then newer investors can now feel safer to start coming back in, and they won't be scared to start coming back in heavy, because we've been seeing a lot of crazy things in the market lately, things pumping to hundreds of millions of market cap and some even higher. Mind you, the overall market cap in the markets is still in the early 1 trillion stage. So it's not like there's new money. It's just money being shifted around from project to project in the markets. And as of right now, degen meme coins seem to have its hot season going on, while projects like Volt, which although it's branded as a meme coin, what it provides is the same category that I would put in an altcoin like SHIB, XRP, so on and so forth, right? That hasn't had its time to shine yet. So you can treat it as you will. There's various ways you can go about it. What is my recommendation? Obviously, it's never financial advice, but I mean, it depends on your situation. If you already are content with your Volt bag, then just sit back and don't even pay attention to the chart. Trust me, when things are about to get real, Voltoshi will give you the warnings. Is make sure you're active on the Twitter, at least on the Twitter page. Have those notifications turned on the Volt official page. If you've been discontent and waiting for this opportunity, this is your chance. If you don't have enough money to buy the dip, but you really wish you could buy the dip, well, there's gambling opportunities out there in the space. You can find those yourself, try your luck with them, and it might work out for you. It might go to zero for you, either or. The idea is that if you're discontent with your Volt bag, bring it home. Whether it's finding an extra source of income, whether it's going into these risky degen plays and trying to flip it, bring it home. Because this is a hell of an opportunity right now. Looking over here, the buys are outweighing the sells again, because there was a time period going down here where the sells were outweighing the buys just a little bit. So now it's good to start seeing that reversing back. And not only that, but even with a mid $30 million market cap, we're still seeing an 8-figure trading volume, which to me is a super healthy sign that this project is just a long, big pot that's just been boiling and boiling and boiling, and we're just all waiting until that meal is ready. Picture Volt like a slingshot, right? And the slingshot, the further back you pull it, the harder it lunges forward with the pebble that you put in the slingshot. Look at Volt. as that. Volte is that pebble in the slingshot. And as you can see over here, we've been getting pulled back and back and back and back and back. Could this be the time where the slingshot finally lunges forward? And if so, how hard is it going to go? I think, like I still say, this project is destined for billions. Now just a matter of when. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. With that being said, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I'm Jazz Rose. Like always, I'm going to catch each and every one of you guys at the top.